This episode of A3 Major is brought to you by Pepsi. Well, boys and girls, on further investigation, I think I have figured this out. I think a big block is slightly taller than a small block, of course. I think it's about 2 inches wider than a small block. I think it is almost exactly dead on, front to back, the same length. I'm not real sure. I've never really tried to figure it out until now. And I know it'll fit in the truck. I mean, that's inevitable. It's been done. I mean, I know it's a bolt in. Pop some of this grease off here while I'm talking to you, but it's a bolt in. I mean, it's not a major problem. I know it'll go. I've actually done this. I've had a 455 olds down in this truck. And the 455 olds, I ain't got one right here beside me to look at. I mean, I've got a few, but nothing right here to look at. But it's actually a lot bigger engine than this little old thing is. This is a little old motor compared to them big block Olds motors. So, but anyway, we've got it together. It's sitting on top dead center. I did that when I put the plugs in, even though it really don't make a damn. I've still got to put some oil in it. I got to pull the distributor out so I can prime it. Need a new distributor gasket, as I can see right there. That ain't no big deal. But we're gonna do our thing. Still gotta put the flywheel on it, which my stand, I wished it was a little different than what it is. This is a home built stand, but it is not made to do that. It's not got enough room. I may re-engineer that at one point, but got my exhaust studs done. I think I've already showed you that. I got them in there. Those should work fine. I've got the brace nuts and everything for them ready to roll. These gaskets here, of course, didn't take this intake off. It seems to look pretty good. I had some weepage on the front beforehand, but it was just weepage over a long period of time. But these gaskets, I mean, they're hard, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. If it is, I'll pop the darn intake off of it. I've still got to work all this crap out. I've got the pieces. This one right here is a bit agitating. This is one that came with a water pump anyhow, but I really need something to kick this out, or do something. It needs to go somewhere. It's going to a weird place. I don't know. I hadn't stuck a hose on it to see, but the original hose kind of had it hooked up here, but it kind of come off differently. I don't know. I about need a 45 for this is what I really need. And no, I didn't buy one because the parts store was actually out of the blasted things. But I need to let me see, let me get my 45 up here that I've got in the top. I just showed you some unscrewing it as we speak. Let's get it and screw it in here. You just can't see me, I'm trying to watch what I'm doing, but anyway, you get the point. Let's screw it in there. Yeah, I can very easily screw a 45 in there. And if I screw this 45, it's going to be a heater hose. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I can kind of bring it off like that. If I can turn it back to where it's coming off like that and bring the hose off, bring it up this way, or I mean, there's 110 different options. I can bring the hose off down here and bring it up around you can't see my hand, bring it up around the alternator. I can bring it off at an angle this way and bring it up and around. You can't see my hand again, my fault. But anyway, I've got a multitude of options. I mean, it's not like I'm really got anything to worry about. I had another idea here. I may have already put this in a video, I'm not real sure, but anyway, I'm screwing that back in. I don't want to lose these blasted things. They're better off screwed in these holes so I don't lose them. It's a good place for them. But I bought a valve, which I already got one on the truck. Blocks off my heater core, but my stupid honey wasn't thinking the day I did it, and I actually put it on there, but I put it in the wrong blasted line. I put it in the return, not in the feed. So I get hot water going, well, it don't really even go, it don't move, it goes to the heater core. Basically it does not isolate the heater core, I guess what I'm trying to say. Well, I bought this. I was thinking maybe I could put this on like this somehow and drop my hose, or vice versa, or I could use a 90-degree hose, which I've got some 90-degree hose, and run this valve right here and run it straight up. I don't know, it's an option, but either way I'm going to put a block off in both heater hoses. At least I'm thinking this is what I've done over here. I'm not real sure. It's been too dang long. But no, I've got it in the right one. But anyway, I've got a valve in this one. This valve's been in here for several years, but that's a 3/4. So's this. Need to get a 5/8, and I'm gonna put one in this 5/8 hose too to isolate the heater core. These hoses have not been on here that long, but they are starting to crack around the edges. But I've got that took care of. Don't you worry. I've got I bought 5 foot of 5/8, 5 foot of 5/8 and 5 foot of 3/4 that I'm gonna put on new. I have got this hose, which I can't use, but that's another thing. This is going out to Blue Collarable. Yep, you crazy nut. I don't know if you have a truck that doesn't have a cross flow radiator in it. The metal pipe that goes in the top here on these trucks, there's a metal pipe. You happen to have one of them laying around? You might have, but they used a metal pipe. And it's I'm not asking you for your original. You've got an exhaust shop, my friend. You can duplicate it for me. That's what I'm looking for. But you know, I need to figure out the height of the engine, and I need to figure out what modification it's going to need. I've got pictures of the blasted thing, but I don't have an original. And maybe get you to make me one and leave the end of it slightly different. But what I've got to do is I've got to come down here to this end, and it's going to have to be, well, as you can see, you know, the size of the radiator. Look at the size of a regular small block Chevrolet water neck. Let's shut this hood down. I've had enough under there. But here's my problem I'm going to have. This is my last problem. I've got a piece of pipe laying here that come off of this engine, but this is totally bigger. So what I'm going to have to do is have a piece of pipe that's adapted and use a short piece of hose on each end. One to hook to the radiator and one to hook this. I use that industrial hose and I'll be hooked up. But getting these exhaust shops around here to do stuff is like if you know, you start hollering cooling system and they'll start hollering, it's not for that, I can't do that. You know, I've got one buddy that does exhaust, but he's got any more as water pump. Anybody need a banana water pump? Yep. I've gained some scrap metal. My neighbor dumped some off on me, which is good. I don't complain. Dump all the scrap metal you like. But I've got this piece of pipe that come off the truck. But basically, here's the deal: piece of hose, etc., etc. And this right here ain't nothing but blasted exhaust tubing. I don't care who you are. It's all it is. It's exhaust tubing. And that very well may actually be exhaust tubing. Not real sure, but anyway, it's just a piece of pipe. And that's what I'm going to put back on it. It's a piece of pipe. Looks like this has had some pinholes in it. It's been brazed, spot. Yep, this has been fixed. So I don't know if this was a top or if this is a bottom, but anyway, that's the basic idea of what I'm out to do. And somebody refresh my memory. Somebody wanted that flywheel on that. Hell, I can't remember. I deleted my messages, and my friend, I don't remember who you are. There's the adapter plate too, it's laying there. But anyway, the only thing that's laying there that don't go with it's the darn flywheel bolts. Got to have him put the flywheel on, you know. But I can't remember who you are. I'm sorry. I was supposed to get you a shipping quote on that. I was supposed to send some stuff to Daddy Tech. I need to send some stuff to John. Need to send some stuff to Nick. I ain't done crap. I've been just trying to get everything done that needs to be done, and I'm telling you right now, I've not had a good time doing it. Nothing has went my way. Everything has went wrong, and I've just had a bad year so far. But anyway, we're getting this together. So one day, everybody, you will get your packages. I have went as far as they are in boxes, and I don't know what I just hit, but I don't think we need to be hitting that. There we go. It's gone. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty well together. All it needs is plug wires and cap and rotor button, but you cannot, and I repeat, cannot put that on there yet. I will put it on there and mock it up, yes, but I can't put the engine in with it on. And I'm not 100% sure I'm going to put this engine in with a distributor in it. That's a big question mark for myself right there. I don't know if I'm going to put it in with a distributor in it because it's close to firewall clearances. Can anybody tell me off the top of their head? I've got one right there I can look at, but what worries me is the placement of the bell housing to the distributor. And we'll just go take a look together. It'd be a class field trip. But you see right there is the back of the bell housing, and there's the distributor. On the big block, does it set any further back? Can't say that I know. This right here needs a new home. 305. Damn good engine, it really is. It's a damn good engine. It needs a home. This tarp's getting a little better for the wear. Let's take a little field trip up in here and take a gander. I can't see, we're going to use the camera for this. Let me turn my screen up. I'm not going to unwrap this booger, we're just going to take a field trip. What do y'all think? There we go. Where does it sit? I'm using the camera as my eyeballs here. Looks to me like it sits, my finger's out of the way. Looks to me like it sits about dead even with the bell housing. That's what it looks like, which may give me firewall clearance problems here, because this one does not set dead even. Well, it looks about the same. I believe it does, actually. I believe if I took a straight edge, this stand sets this motor at an angle. I'm looking at it through the camera. Let's look at it from about the same angle that I was looking at it. Here we go. I'm also letting this piece of casting right here throw me off, but if you look at it, it looks like it's pretty well straight up and down. So I believe we're going to be alright. It's a big question mark. May have to find me a tall deck points distributor and put a Petronix kit in it, make it electronic. Don't really want to, but if I need firewall clearance I will before I take a hammer to it. I promise you, I have the truck set and ready to start, and I'll let it set right there for 2 years to find the darn distributor before I'll take a hammer to the firewall. That's the reason she didn't go with the power stroke. Would not fit. But anyway, enough of my rambling, bitching, moaning, and groaning. I'm gone. When the house wash up, it's 4th of July. Done everything but shoot fireworks, and I've got some, but I'll probably shoot them about the 15th of July. Just me. I might go watch the Pepsi 4th of July fireworks. Yep, I ain't even gonna go this year to help or anything else or to work it or nothing. Not going. Got my reasons. Oh, it's a ruck. Anybody want a ruck? Yep, where's the T? It's our ruck. There's Corvair Wild. It ain't a T-ruck, Corvair Wild. It's a ruck. R-U-C-K. That's how you spell it. It's a ruck. Who knows? It's probably a casting number. But anyway, see y'all. I have checked all my core plugs and everything. All my core plugs look real good. They're all clean. They ain't none of them rusted or anything. Of course, you have seen all of them. They're all good, so we're not going to pop them out, you know. This one's got just a little bit of rust right here on the very bottom of it. And so is this one, just a little bit. But they're in real good shape. We're not popping them out. We're leaving them alone. I did take these out and put some pipe dope on them to drain the block, and when I pulled it out, the prettiest green stuff you ever seen in your life run out. That motor is full of green antifreeze. We zoomed in a little bit, sorry. But anyway, she's coming together. One day, old boy, one day. Bye.